Hello everyone and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today I have an interesting video to talk about regarding horse training, the new items coming out, and horse training is actually good now. So I know a lot of people making over 1 billion silver, so I wanted to show you how to get XP fast, my favorite places to catch horses, and talk about the new changes they made in the past week or two. So first of all, let's look at the patch notes. Basically, this is on the global lab as of right now, so it's coming to the live server next week in about like 4 days from now. So you know how you catch horses with, rope, sugar, standard? So coming up in the following week, they're adding a new Shining Rope of the Heavens. I don't know what the English name is probably going to be called. It's probably different. But either way, the important thing to know out of this is basically there's a rope that is basically permanent. Think infinite potions, but for catching horses and horse taming, as well as a brown sugar that is also permanent. And, now that you don't have to carry a bunch of them, all you have to do is do a quest and, you get a permanent one, which is actually really nice. So basically one of them is achieve Master 1 training. We're going to talk about how to get XP pretty quickly, and then of course do like the extra quests that's with it, so not too bad, and then more quests of promotion and whatever. So with that said, I'm not really 100% sure what this one is. This one's the sugar, but it says have a nest of Krogdalos. Whatever that means, we'll figure that out on the live server next week. And Krogdalos Nest and Krogdalos Trace, I assume that's like the either gear or tier 10 horses. But either way, there's new permanent stuff, and horse training is actually really good. So with that said, yeah, people are probably going to try to push Master 1 training and get this one early. So I'm going to show you guys how to go about doing it, and it'll be great. Okay, so we're in game right now. I just got Master 1. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So, as we all know, there are multiple ways of catching horses and leveling them up. With the recent change, now you can get horses at tier 6 to tier 8 from level 1 through 20 easier now, and the higher levels, you can just Imperial Delivery it or sell it for a lot more money. If you can just randomly catch a tier 7, tier 8 at a decent level in just Imperial Delivery, that's just free money. And so my about week of, catching horses in a little bit, I got a little bit of data, but then I've also talked to a lot of people who are way ahead of me in training and everything. And they said it's about like 1 build, maybe 1.5 build an hour, assuming you know what you're doing. But yeah, so here is a tip for all of you who want to active train. And, there's a few ways to do it. Catch horses, level them up, sell it, get XP, or just level up horses naturally, set it on a loop. There's people in town to just go from point A to B and back. You could level up your horses that way. But I wanted to show you something that isn't really new, but maybe some people just don't know about it. So I want to, share it with you guys. This is how you actively train, and I will admit, it's the most boring thing ever. So make sure to watch like something on the side while you're doing this. But it's not fun. It's slow, but it's decent XP if you're doing it actively. So it doesn't really matter which town you're in. I just chose Calpheon because it's easier and everyone could figure it out. So we are over here by the trainer right here, stable keeper. Here's what you do. You go to the shop, you buy a donkey. It doesn't matter which one, just buy like 5 or 7 of them at a time. Here's what you do. You register the mount, make sure to just let's see. Okay. Make sure to copy paste the name. It doesn't matter what it is. So you have a donkey right here. Your goal is to get it to level 3 and then just sell it. So as you guys can see right here in my training, Master 1, 0.28%. Keep in mind, I do have stacked buffs on. You guys should probably have a bunch of buffs on as well. You can probably get the Stonetail Windmill off the market. You probably have a bunch of these just by playing the game. And same with all of these just by playing the game. So all these, Mount XP is the most important thing you want. For, well, I guess, either one, leveling or life and then leveling. So you could also pop these with, hold on, let me show you. You could also pop Books of Florin, but I don't think it's particularly worth it. Anything else that gives Mount XP, training XP, any sort of mastery and XP is always good. Extra buffs that I used are all these. You probably have some Fugar's elixirs that give Mount. And we currently have an event going on with Mount and Life Training XP, which is, you know, it helps it go. So anyway, as I was talking about before, we are 0.28%. We start at the horse or stable keeper. Watch the training XP. You do a loop around the house and behind a tree. And this is really what you do like hundreds of times until you get to the level you want. Once you get back to the keeper, see, it's level 3. And that was like, what, 0.5 or something per horse or per donkey, I guess you can say. And then what you would do is do that, check it in. You could do it up to like, I guess, however many horses or stable slots you have. Let me do it one more time just to show you guys. Do the loop around the tree. And then go back. Your horse should, or I guess your donkey should be level 3 by the time you get back with assuming you have buffs on. Yep, by the time you get back to the keeper, it's at level 3 and it's like 1%. That was the fastest 1%. You keep doing that until you get like master, whatever, and then that's it. So yeah, make sure it doesn't matter which one to buy. I didn't really test it in terms of do the higher ones give more XP. I just bought the cheapest one. Doesn't matter what color. And then it's 10k, and then you sell it back for 5k. It's really not a lot. And then it's how you level up your training, I guess. So with that said, I'm one of those people that I don't really do training as much. It's probably one of my weakest life skills. So for me telling you this and learning how to get it to Master 1 in the least painful way as possible, I hope that helps you. And now I want to talk about some places that I catch horses, and then, you know, if you want to just level naturally, what you would do. This mine's at level 70, which it doesn't really matter past 30. Some places that I liked autopathing were like from here in Velia over here, and then you could go up to the little hill and then, you know, set a loop from there. Or if you don't want to do it, just catch horses and then train it for silver. Some of my favorite spots are here, you know, in the sniper rifle zone. There's a couple of horses you can catch. It's right by Velia, so you could, you know, bring it back really easily. No big deal. And this is what I used to do back when I was actually going for tier 10 horses, and you had to do that daily quest for the flowers, you know, the materials you needed. So you need all the flowers, you need the royal fern roots, and of course the mythical feathers and everything else. So yeah, I have done this a lot. I just don't do it regularly. Another spot aside from here that I like to do is down here by Tungred Forest. So as we all know, the Stonetail Horse Ranch is where you pick up the Royal Fern quests, or at least it used to be before you could pick it up anywhere, I think. So this is where I used to go. And then I would go down here by Tungred Forest because there's like 3 or 4 horses around here. And I would do that and then bring it back to the Stonetail Horse Ranch. And it's actually not that far. You could bring it to Tariff as well. But you could do the quest turn in over there. And then there's a bunch of higher level horses now. So getting a level or tier 6, level 15 plus has actually been pretty common. I think getting tier 7 and 8 is a lot lower, but you could still do Imperial Delivery for the Flowers of Oblivion. And the other spot around here, I believe, is in Duvinkroon I guess Duvinkroon and Odraxia have some of the higher spawn rates for tier 8s from what I've heard. And I don't have a lot of experience, but a lot of horse trainers say Duvinkroon, Ojaxia, there's a higher rate of tier 8 horses around the area. So around here are places that I think are pretty good if you're trying to go for silver nowadays. Usually they'll just be in places where there's a lot of trees and you just get the horse and then it is what it is. But yeah, overall, I think this is actually a very good update for all of you who don't have all your tier 10s yet and you're trying to get whatever the, what is it? The Krogdalo Sanctuary, which is all 3 tier 10 horses, or you need more Royal Fern Roots, Flowers of Oblivion, and everything. Luckily, these days, the Mythical Feathers, you can just buy it off the market very easily. Royal Fern Roots will be your bottleneck, most likely, simply because there's a limit to how many you can get a week. And Flowers of Oblivion are actually easy because you just catch horses. And so with the new edition coming out with the permanent rope and sugar, you no longer need the what is it? You no longer need to have lump of raw sugars and then capturing rope. Well, I mean, it's not really a big deal if you don't have a permanent one. It's just, you know, permanent. You never have to think about it again. So either way, it's always good to you know, still have it, but once you get the permanent rope and one of the requirements is going for Master 1, I think that's a good idea to, you know, do the donkey thing that I told you. If you hate doing it, trust me, it's not fun. It's actually kind of tedious, but it is one of the faster ways to do it actively. All you have to do is run a little circle behind a tree over here, and then you go back. I showed you how to do it. But with that said, that has been a little bit, and if you're interested, there's a horse training Discord as well, and people talk about like all the stats and everything for all the different horses, and you know. But ultimately, if you don't do a lot of horse training and you just want to get Master 1 for the permanent thing, just to say you've done it, this is probably one of the ways I would recommend. Otherwise, leave your game on overnight, set an auto path somewhere. It doesn't really matter where. One recommendation I would give you, if you're just looping your auto path to level up, is find a spot like that has straight lines or not too many hills and curves. So one thing I used to do was from like out here in Olvia, all the way porting to, I guess, around here in Port Feria, and it was a pretty straight line, not too many turns, and it's by distance for XP, so you just loop it back and forth. Not too many people are there either, so you're not getting stuck on anything. And yeah, that's about it. So with that said, hope that helped you. If you're way past Master, next week, just be sure to do the quest to get the infinite rope and the sugar, and you'll be good. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Just wanted to drop this knowledge on you. It's not really new, it's just some people didn't know it, so I wanted to share it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.